The Denver Broncos spent their first 2 picks on wide receivers. Let's break down KJ Hamler out of Penn State, who the Broncos took in the second round. Here to do that is Chad Jensen from Mile High Huddle and our fantasy and gambling insider, Jaime Eisner. Chad, I'll start with you first. Talk to me about Hamler and his involvement in this offense.
You know, it's kind of a unique situation because not only do the Broncos have a second-year quarterback with only 5 starts under his belt in terms of trying to project what to expect in 2020, that complicates things. And then you throw in the fact that the Broncos just hired a new offensive coordinator in Pat Shurmur, and it kind of clouds things even further. Hamler, it would appear to me, is going to end up being probably the fourth guy to the table in terms of touches. You've got Courtland Sutton, Noah Fant, Jerry Jeudy, and then Hamler. So from a fantasy perspective, you know, he's going to get his. It's just hard at this stage to really try and foresee exactly how that's going to shake out.
Jaime, typically fantasy football players, we love rookies, but as Chad just said, Jeudy is expected to get the bulk of the workload alongside Courtland Sutton. Where does that put Hamler when you're kind of ranking wide receivers this year?
Well, for redraft leagues, he's probably more like a wide receiver 7, which means he's probably on your waiver wire starting the year. But he's an interesting best ball play if you could throw him on the bench because he might have some big games because of that straight line speed. The questions that I have for fantasy purposes are, if Judy's going to play a significant amount of time in the slot, where does Hamler play in 3 receiver sets? He's not really meant to play outside. I mentioned, Tim Patrick might come on the field in those scenarios. So is he going to push Jeudy outside more often? Because that'll affect Judy's fantasy value as well. But for Hamler specifically, more of a best ball play, deep leagues, but not somebody you're probably drafting in redraft formats.
Jaime, Jad, thanks for your analysis. Plenty more fantasy football talk going on at Sports Illustrated. You can find it all on si.com/fantasy.